Hello, everyone, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to present to you my recommendations report about intercultural communications problems in our workplace. As you all know, we have communication breakdowns all throughout our business here. But I want to focus just on one area, and that's right on top, right in our meeting rooms. We have a serious problem in there. It comes heated at times because of communication problems. Certain cultures are walking out. China may walk out of a meeting. India may walk out of a meeting. Americans could become in too much of a hurry to try to get a deal done. China doesn't play like that, neither does India. And I'd like to touch a little bit about how China stands on how to act and how to do business. First of all, they come into a meeting room, they're dressed formally, traditional business suits for the men, dress slacks for the women, high collars, flat shoes. They're there for business. They're not there, as Americans would be, leisurely, in their khakis, in their knit sweaters, women in skirts, women in dresses, bringing in their coffee. India, same thing. The men are there, traditional business suits. Women, they're not known to be in the meeting rooms. It's relatively new for India. So they're not quite sure how to act when there is a woman in there. I recommend a few things. First of all, we have to understand China. When China comes in, they come in there formally. They come in, they don't rush business. They don't make split decisions. They don't like confrontation. When they're confronted, they're insulted. They may walk out. They may never do business again. India, they like to become more personable with the person. They like to know the person outside the business, as Americans do. Very communicable to other people within themselves. I recommend we do a few things to alleviate the problems here. And this can be like a trickle-down effect for the rest of the workforce we have here in this business. I recommend that we take our long-term employees and train them in the other cultures they're not aware of. As in India, train them in the American style, the Western civilization style. Train them in the Chinese style of business, as in China. Do the same for them with India and Americans, and so forth. When one becomes aware of how their culture actually does business, then they can learn to communicate with one another without having confrontation. This could be with scheduling work hours. This could be with scheduling meetings. It could be with dealing with adversity at a higher level instead of having it break down and the other employees who look up to these people for guidance would understand that actually it does work and they will listen. And as more and more people are taught the way to do things and a way to communicate within these cultures, the whole business will benefit from this. And I'm not just talking about learning about how to act in the meeting room or learning how to act in the office area. I'm talking about learning their culture itself. Learning exactly where do these people come from? How do they think? How do they act? What do they want out of somebody else? When you can really find out what this person is about and what makes them tick, what keeps them going, what are they striving for, what are their goals, then, and only then, you can get to the root of the problem and get communications to the top in the forefront of our business at hand and maybe get something accomplished. As we're going right now, we're not doing anything. We're just sitting there twiddling our thumbs. Like me and you talking right now, this is how they should talk in the meeting room. They should just present themselves as human beings and not have to worry about offending one or another. And the only way to do that is just like I stated beforehand, is get to know one another. Become friends. You may not like the person, but when you're doing business, you have to think of the business. So one has to be able to communicate and understand one another. In order to do this, we have to train our people. We have to let them know what has to be done. I recommend We implement a plan that starts at the top and works our way down. Let's start with us. Let's start with you. Let's start with me. Let me learn Chinese. Let me learn Indian, their cultures, and you learn their cultures, and they'll learn ours. Together we can make this work. And thank you. Have a good day.